So Forest are set to go to Chelsea's car park at the Gtech Stadium this weekend as they take on Brentford. Welcome to your match preview. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well. And welcome to your preview for Brentford versus Forest. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get like 543 likes. So make sure you've hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And check out this Christmas special football prizes giveaway where you can spin the wheel to win a multiple amount of Forest giveaways. They've got the signed frame Forest shirt, you've got Moreno, Nuno, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, Murillo, Sells and Dominguez, and it's at a massive cut price, only 39p to enter. So scan this QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. Go check it out and good luck to you guys. Those are some cracking Christmas presents right there. All right, let's jump into this preview. Okay, it may surprise some of you. I don't like Brentford. I think Brentford are a joke of a club, a joke of a stadium. They call it the Gtech. It should be called the Gtech Stadium. They have no fans. They basically should run it down and turn it into Chelsea's car park as far as I'm concerned. And there's so many narratives right now going on with Brentford. Oh, they have the best home record in the league. 22 of their 23 points are at home. Nuno's been questioned on this. Are you scared of them? I think Kirsty was asking him. And my answer back would have been quite simple. They've literally played the bottom half teams, apart from Newcastle and Bournemouth. Everyone else has been a crappy Leicester, or a Ipswich or a Southampton or what have you. So no kind of Anfield away wins or Old Trashford away wins or anything like that. It's all been crappy teams at home. Yeah, all right, they did well to beat Newcastle, but Newcastle weren't in form or in and out of form when they played them. I'd say they got lucky against Bournemouth. So this is going to be their first proper test against a Big Six club this weekend. And, you know, they do have some good players. I still think they were Ivan Toney FC. And once they start playing the proper teams, they will start to lose. Because let's look at their away form. Their away form, which everyone keeps quiet, is as bad as Southampton's. They've taken 1 point away from home. That was a draw. That's it. That's it. Literally, Steve Cooper's record away from home was better than Thomas Frank, that freaking Danish frog-looking person. But, you know, and by the way, happy Steve Cooper anniversary. Today, to this day, he was sacked last season. And look where we are now, 17th or 16th at the time when he got sacked last year. We're now sitting 4th. We were 4th from bottom, we're 4th from top. It had to be done. Anyway, back to this game. So yeah, they've got some decent strikers in Vissa, who Forest tried to buy in the summer for 15 million. In Buemo, that's a sweet, isn't it? He's been in decent form. But honestly, I'll be real with you guys. This is one of the teams I couldn't care less to watch. I've only ever seen them this season if they're playing a decent team or a team in and around Forest that I'm interested in. I have no time whatsoever for Chelsea's car park at all. So we're going to focus more on Forest. Now, let's get into the team sheet, and I'm going to talk you through what I think is going to happen on Saturday. All right, so before we get into the team and everything, let's touch on injuries. And Nuno's had his press conference and basically said nothing. I'll be honest with you. I think the questions are so bad from those journalists. There was a generic question about the injuries. Are there any new things? And obviously Nuno pounced on that saying, we'll assess tomorrow. No one asked him, is Murillo fit? Is Yates fit? The two that came off in the Villa game. So honestly, I just find these journalists extremely pathetic. But anyway, we'll dig in and we'll see if we can find out any information for you guys as always. So we're going to work on the assumption that the likes of Murillo, the likes of Yates, etc. are fit. He did touch on Danilo. He's back training with the guys. Sangare, for those of you asking, is still not even training with the squad. He's been doing kind of gym work, and I think he's posted some of that himself on his Instagram. So anyway, let's get into the team. Now, There's a few discussion points. Firstly, this was the shape we played in out of the ball against Villa, with Dominguez almost operating this right wing in a 4-2-3-1 and then dipping in out of possession into a 4-3-2-1, if that makes sense. I think he changes it back to his more orthodox 4-2-3-1. But this will raise a few questions. Now, firstly, I think the main question we need to address, has Elanga done enough to get back into the starting team? For me personally, no. I thought he was brilliant when he came on against Villa. You could argue changed the game, got his goal, got an assist that was offside, and what have you. So I don't think he's done enough. I want to see him used more in that role. That role where he comes on with 20 minutes to go. Defenses are tiring. Remember, Brentford went out of the cup midweek, so they've had more minutes in the legs than our boys have. So you would expect a tiring team towards the last or final third of the game, and that's where I think Elanga will do his damage. In terms of Yates, I would just take him out. I just think after Yates came off, we suddenly became a lot more attacking in that game. It was a pretty cool formation where you saw Gibbs White and Anderson playing as almost a double 8 with no 6, and then Jota Silva in the 10, and then Elanga on the right, Hudson-Odoi on the left, etc. I kind of liked it, but it was pretty attacking. So I think if we go behind in this game, which hopefully we don't, then I could see Nuno doing something similar. But personally, I would drop Yates and I'd bring Dominguez and Anderson in. For me, this whole uptick back into form over the last couple of games is because of Anderson. He's the first name on the team sheet for me, and I'd chuck him in 100%. Now, on the right-hand side, personally, I'll go with Jota, but I would not be surprised if he does bring in Elanga because of the goal, etc. So I would actually caution on the side of expect Elanga in there over Jota, but this is bit of a mix and match of what I think he'll do and what I would do. And in the back four, the other question to be had, one, we're assuming Murillo's fit. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But secondly, what about the left back? Because Moreno is now fit. He's not parent club tied by Villa, so can come back into this game. Now, I think Nico Williams has been really good the last couple of games at left back. I still think he's a little weak defensively, but I thought offensively, he was brilliant, especially in that final third of that game against Aston Villa. I personally would keep him in there, but I do feel that he might bring Moreno back in, a bit of fresh legs. We've got a decent amount of games coming up over the Christmas period, so I think he might switch this round. Look, there's been nothing too wrong with Moreno when he has played. I just think he's had a dip in form in the last couple of games he was in before he got injured. But my gut feeling says that he will go to Moreno, and I think that would be harsh on Williams. I think he's done enough to say at least be a contender for that position. So I think this is roughly the team we will see. The only contentious position for me is Elanga coming back in, Yates or Dominguez in that 6 role, and then what he's doing in left back. What would you do with the team? Let me know in the comments. All right, so let's touch on the game here against Chelsea's car park and kind of talk about the details a bit. If we speak about them again for a brief second, because in terms of their formation, they tend to chop and change it depending on the opposition. What you see with Frank is that whenever they play a big 6 team, they tend to go 3 at the back, be that home or away. When they're playing a mid to lower table team, they tend to go with 4 at the back. But even within that, he chops and changes his system. He can do a 4-2-3-1. He's sometimes gone a 4-3-3. And as I mentioned, a semi 3-4-3 formation as well. So I think seeing his formation when kickoff comes will tell you what he thinks of Forest. Does he see them as a Cartel 6 team? Or does he see us as a mid to lower end team? That will be interesting in itself. But in terms of the game, the keys, as Nuno mentioned, are basically don't give them kickoff, because the only thing Brentford are famous for, it's not trophies, it's not being Chelsea's car park. It was that little purple patch ability where they were scoring goals in the first minute of the game for I can't remember, who cares? It's like 3 or 4 in a row. Wow, congratulations. Give them the Spurs trophy. So, you know, that's the thing they're most famous for, and obviously for their striker being bigger than their club in terms of Ivan Toney. So when I approach this game, I look at it and think to myself, this is on Forest. Forest come with the right mindset. If they can keep Mbeumo and Vissa quiet, then the rest really is on the players. As long as, of course, Nuno gets the right team selection and sets us up correctly. Forest should and can win this, because that 22 points at home is masking what really happened against it. Yeah, you still have to beat the crappy teams, and they were able to do that. But honestly, they just haven't played anyone who's decent or has been in form when they've approached them. So my head says Forest win this one. And I think it could be a comfortable 3-1 win. But what I'm going to do, just because I'm weird, I predicted 0-0 against Man U and we won. So I predicted again 0-0 against Villa and we won. So you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to predict 0-0 on this one, which probably means Forest win, and you lot can't say jinxerine to me. So let's see what comes out of this. As I said, as soon as we hear for sure on the fitness of Murillo, etc., we'll let you guys know. But Nuno's keeping his cards close to his chest. Get your score predictions in the comments below, and make sure you grab your tickets for this price, only 39p. My God, if you haven't hit the like button, please make sure you check and have done it now. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. We will see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.